to Let's Unpack Your Why. This is a space to celebrate your authentic self and discover your purpose. Each episode will hear real stories, challenges, and motivations that remind us why what we do really matters. I'm Shayla Dymond, and today's episode is a little bit different. Today, I'll be answering some questions and telling you about my brand, Divine Dymond. First question is, what inspired this podcast, Unpack Your Why? I was in a really bad accident on Christmas Eve, where my car flipped and it was totaled. Um, when they were taking me out the car, they were like asking me how I survived, and I felt like I shouldn't have. I walked out unscathed, and I just was questioning why. I felt like I was being called to stop running and hiding because I was falling back into bad habits that I needed to stop reverting to, and I knew better, and I was just making the same mistakes. So I feel like this was a wake-up call to show up better because I know how to do better now. And I needed to recognize my growth and start sharing my knowledge and what I learned with the community that aligned with me. So the services that Divine Dymond provides are all things to help you become the best version of yourself. I have candles, oils, crystals, body butters, guides, workbooks. I also do readings and advice, wellness plans, and resume help. I provide free resources and a community for us to all bounce ideas off of each other and hold each other accountable to show up as the best version of ourselves. How has my purpose evolved from when I first started? I started this journey back in like 2019, and I was really in a bad headspace. I struggled with depression, anxiety, homelessness, relationship issues, and more. I kept putting myself in reckless situations and not listening to my intuition. And in 2021, I was violated at a party, um, and it left me with no trust for myself or others. Um, in that situation, I was sacrificing myself and my safety when I knew I shouldn't have. Before I even went, I told myself, oh, I don't want to go. Why am I going? But I still went. I had a friend that was there, and when she was ready to leave, I was leaving with her. And then the person, the host of the party, was like, "Oh no, why are you leaving so soon? Come back." And I went back, and then I stayed, trying to be nice and giving somebody else a ride home. But as I was staying there, the drinks kept coming, and then they took my keys and said, "Oh no, you're too drunk. You should stay." And it ended up resulting in something I could have avoided. So I just feel like I wasn't listening to my intuition. I wasn't listening to myself, and it resulted in me losing trust in myself and other people around me. I felt angry, disgusted, alone, and I was using alcohol and other bad habits to escape and cope. I used to be a hothead, and it would take me a long time to recover, so I needed a release. I was lashing out on friends, coworkers, um, so I needed a healthy outlet, and I started making candles to help me relax and working out to help me release that pent-up anger. Now in 2026, my purpose is to acknowledge my growth and share my knowledge with like-minded people looking for a community. I'm realizing I don't have to do it alone, and I'm starting to lean on people in my circle. What has been my hardest lesson so far? Learning that my worth comes from within, and I can't expect others to move how I move or to see my worth. I need to stop allowing people that I love to take me for granted and walk all over me. And I had to leave behind a lot of people that I wanted to take with me and wanted to grow and build a future with. And I couldn't look behind. I had to leave them where they're at and keep going forward for me. I had to put myself first and not care about what other people think. What does living authentically look like to me? So I would say expressing myself freely and not faking a personality to be liked. Um, Seeking my truth and making choices that align with my highest good. So I can be very playful, I could be very fun, and I would hide that personality a lot to protect myself because I felt like people would take advantage of that. Um, but I had to learn to let certain people in and not to hide myself because I'm hiding myself from people who can be aligned with me. So just trusting myself to show up authentically and then narrowing out the bad weeds. How do I shift my mindset when I'm overwhelmed? I like to cleanse my space and energy first. I light a divine candle based on my mood or my current needs. So I have divine love, divine peace, divine protection, divine manifestation. I burn it for at least 2 hours while I'm cleaning and then taking my shower. I like to relax with some self-care products, so do my oils, face mask, and then I plan my day in my journal, and I pull an affirmation card and a crystal to work with and align my energy with. If I'm feeling angry, I like to release with a workout, taking a walk, just really moving my body. I talk to people I trust, or I do like a voice note and rant. And then I also do a burn bowl to release. So if I feel like something is holding my energy back, I would write down what I like to release and then burn the paper in a safe, fireproof bowl. And what advice would I give to my younger self? I would tell younger Shayla, you're not too much, so don't dim your light for anyone. Be yourself so you can attract the right people for you. Most people are weird and have inner demons, so don't take anything too personally. Don't be scared to shine bright because it's not on you, it's within you, and no one can take your power away unless you give it to them. I hope this episode gave you more insight on the purpose of this podcast and my brand, Divine Dymond. If you heard any products that you're interested in, make sure you check out my website in the description or on my Instagram page at Divine Dymond LLC. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. And I know some of the topics could have been triggering for some. So if you're going through a similar experience, feel free to reach out to me and I can provide you with some resources that help me along my journey. Thank you for watching and listening to my story. Hope